Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8 to 7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. A 69-year-old man accused of assaulting a woman with a gun was sentenced in Houghton County District Court. Mark Elger will serve 3 months probation for 1 count of illegal discharge of a firearm. He will also pay $625 in fines. Elger was also originally charged with 1 count of felonious assault, but that charge was dropped as part of a plea agreement. He was arrested on December 27th and accused of assaulting a woman with his pistol. He gave his account of the event in court today.
There was some alcohol involved, and I fell down and gun went off.
So you were intoxicated at the time that you were possessing the firearm?
I would say yes.
As part of his probation, Elger cannot drink alcohol or use firearms. However, he is allowed to continue operating his Tamarack City business, the Copper Mine Bar. And in continuing coverage, the Delta County Airport manager says the airport is no longer in an administrative crisis. Robert Randstadler says getting the airport back into compliance with the FAA required 5 things: recovering records, training staff, maintenance inspections, developing training curriculum, and installing safety equipment.
Still a few very minor things that we need to address and forward to the FAA, but out of the 700 pages or so of documents that we submitted, the feedback in general has been very encouraging, very positive. So yes, we are no longer in crisis mode.
Randstadler says now that the situation has passed, he's addressing the airport's financial health and the day-to-day business of maintaining and hopefully expanding the airport. And developing now concerns about ice safety in Delta County. As we first told you last night, the Delta County Sheriff's Office and Michigan DNR warned of unsafe ice conditions in Little Bay Denock after reports of people going through the ice. But a local ice fishing guide says it all depends on where you go. TV6's Escanaba Bureau reporter Barbara Bellinger went out on a side-by-side to check ice thickness.
The owner of Blades Bait and Tackle in Kipling says he never recommends ice fishing where 5 people went into the water yesterday.
That is always bad. It's all current. It's the way it is.
Yesterday morning, emergency crews were called out to the waters off Saunders Point and in front of Gladstone Pier.
Gladstone, the Narrows, Saunders, that's where people that are unaware, especially if they go out in the dark in the morning, and they may see lights out there of other people on machines, but they take a straight line and they drop right into open water.
Gladstone Public Safety confirmed that both parties were taking a straight line toward open water when they went in. Bladorn says if you're thinking of going ice fishing, you should be continually checking the ice, even if you've checked it the day before and think nothing has changed.
You have to use caution. There's as good a chance of falling down on the ice right now and cracking yourself in the head as there is going through the ice, and so it's dangerous, and you have to map out where you're going. You got to drill holes. You can never assume where you've been is safe the next day, and you have to check it again.
Delta County Sheriff's Department says people going out in unsafe conditions also put first responders at risk. So let someone know safe to go. He's out drilling holes multiple times a day. Bellinger, TV6 News, Gladstone.
Thank you, Barbara. Poor ice conditions are also impacting Teal Lake in Negaunee. The South Shore Fishing Association says it has postponed the Heiki-Lunta Teal Lake Ice Fishing Derby, initially scheduled for this Saturday. The association says it consulted law enforcement and spent hours testing the ice. It will continue to monitor ice conditions and evaluate the possibility of having the event this year. To stay updated on the status of the fishing derby, go to this story on UpperMichiganSource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And despite it being January, road commissions across the Upper Peninsula are enacting road restrictions for truckers. Puddles of melted snow are appearing on Michigan's highways and back roads. The Houghton County Road Commission engineering manager says temporary load restrictions will go into effect in his county tomorrow morning at 8. He says implementing restrictions this early is very rare.
This is exceptionally early in the year to put them on. We've just been having a lot warmer weather than normal. I think the last time we were on in January was 2017.
Marquette County plans to implement similar restrictions on Wednesday. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services wants to increase support for pregnant and postpartum people impacted by substance abuse. The department's Peer Navigator pilot project is looking for a nonprofit or private organization to help people on their journey to recovery. The chosen organization will work with the state to implement Peer Navigators. The Peer Navigator will help connect pregnant and postpartum people with substance abuse disorder with resources in their area.
With rural regions such as the UP, there is the lack of resources, and so bringing someone in, such as the Peer Navigator, who will become an expert in not only understanding the community resources that are available, but also how to connect families to those community resources, can be really helpful.
A virtual pre-application conference will be held this Wednesday at 1 p.m. To learn more or attend the conference, go to UpperMichiganSource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And community colleges across Michigan could soon be free for all high school graduates who have yet to get a college degree. That is, if state lawmakers reach a deal to include it in the 2024 budget. The budget is due October 1st. The president of Gogibbet Community College says providing associate's degrees and skills credentials will help businesses in the Upper Peninsula.
The job market nowadays, you need some technical skills. You need training to compete in this society. And up here in these regions, these rural regions, it's going to help these businesses up here because they're all looking for people. They're all looking for good people. And these students can come in and get good paying jobs with that training.
Whitmer says she has a goal of 60% of Michiganders with higher education by 2030. And finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, the process for updating an Upper Michigan outdoor stage took another step forward today. The city of Marquette sent out a request for proposals for designs and oversight on the Presque Isle band shell. The director of community services says the original shell has been in service since the 1930s. He says the city wants a firm that understands how important that shell is to the culture of Marquette.
We're really looking for a firm that understands, the importance of Presque Isle to the community and to our visitors. It's a unique park, and this is a unique facility within the park. So designing something that fits within that environment and works well for the community is going to be a challenge.
As soon as the city chooses a design and has the necessary funds, they expect construction to begin next summer. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night where I'll be here in the same place at the same time. That's 8/7 Central Time with a recap of tomorrow's headlines. Don't forget, you can find us streaming on Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you'd prefer. And if you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We'd love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. Thank you all again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.